Hi everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, I covered some of the theory about the pure rolling. To solve any problem, any advanced problem in rigid body dynamics, especially at the IIT JEE advanced level, we must understand the concept of pure rolling. It should be really well understood. And that's my goal here. In few videos, I will try to cover more and more details about it and give you some concept and steps to deal with such problems. Now, in this particular problem, I'm going to cover a little bit more about pure rolling and show you what exactly we mean when we say pure rolling, what is the reason for pure rolling, what causes pure rolling, and how do we see it in our real life in order to understand it a little bit better. So this is a pretty simple problem, but it will give you a lot of different concepts here. And I'm sure you will be able to understand the concept of pure rolling much better after this tutorial. If you want to give it a try, go ahead, pause the video and solve this problem. Okay, so before we get started with solving the problem, let me also give you some basic understanding what I covered in the previous video. Those who haven't watched the previous video, I really urge you to go back and check that video also. Now let's say this is a ball, and let's say if I just keep it on the surface and let's say this, I give it a push and it starts moving with velocity v. Does it mean that it is going to pure roll? Now let's say if this whole surface is frictionless, let's say if friction is not there, will it ever pure roll? Then why friction is important for a ball or any object or rigid body to get into pure rolling motion? So let's see what's going on. Assume that there is no friction, and if there is no friction, then entire body, every part of this sphere or ball will move with velocity v. So which means that this point P, let's say, is also going to move with velocity v. And if this is moving, then this is sliding. This is sliding on the surface. And the friction will start opposing the motion. And if friction is there, but let's say friction is not there, then this will just keep going in this direction. And there is no way we can get it to pure roll. Because in order to get this ball to pure roll, we need somehow an angular acceleration or angular velocity. Now, who is going to provide this angular acceleration and angular velocity? Even if, let's say, we rotate it before placing and then we provide it initial angular velocity, but since friction is not there, then this point P will still be sliding. So therefore, we can conclude that in order to get a pure rolling situation, the friction must be present. Okay, so friction has to be there. And if friction is there, then why do we get pure rolling? It's very simple to see that, because if friction is acting on the body, then this is applying a torque at the center in this direction. Hence, it is trying to rotate it like this, let's say omega or x, angular acceleration alpha. Even if, let's say, initially there was no angular velocity and it was just a linear velocity that we imparted to the ball, but slowly friction will start acting and it will keep adding more and more omega to the ball until a point where this point P, until the point P gets the velocity 0. And what is the velocity at P? If the whole ball is going with V0 or V, and if there is an angular velocity omega, then the point P, Vp, the velocity at point P will be V minus omega r. And if this is 0, then we say that it is pure rolling. So what happens if this is more than 0? Then it means that it is translating more than rotating, and it has to rotate more until it reaches 0, because this has to increase. And what does it mean when this is less than 0? Then it means that it is spinning more and going forward less. Hence, it has to reduce the angular velocity until it reaches V equal to omega r, and then it will start pure rolling. So this is the basic understanding of pure roll. Now in this case, what has happened that we have placed a ball which is moving with initial velocity v0 on a horizontal surface, let's say. And since there is a friction, we say that it is placed on the rough horizontal surface. So after some time t, let's say, because of this friction, this gets a velocity, let's say v final, and an angular velocity omega. And if this is at this point, let's say t equal to t, if it is pure rolling, then Vf minus omega r should be 0. And that implies Vf is omega r. So this is the condition for pure rolling. But it will not happen immediately because it was not rotating at all. But after some time t, it will start pure rolling because of this friction. So let's compute what would be the Vf. And friction will have to do some work in order to get this ball to pure roll. So we also need to compute how much work will be done by the friction. So initially, if you see here, let's say the ball is going with acceleration a, let's say. Because there is a force here, friction, so there will be an acceleration. So the equation is minus f equal to ma, minus because f is in this direction opposing the acceleration. Therefore, a is minus f by m. And let's say if the final velocity Vf is achieved after time t, then we can write Vf equal to V0 minus at, which is plus at basically, but a is minus f by m and t. Now why we can use this equation? Because a is going to be constant. And why is a constant? Because friction force is constant. Okay, so this is our first equation. Let's call it. We just discussed that for ball to start pure rolling or get to a pure rolling situation, F is important. And why is friction important? Because it will apply a torque. So what is the torque that F is applying? So it is applying F into R equal to I alpha, and I is nothing but 2 by 5 mr square alpha. Okay. Now F, this is applying torque in this direction, which is the direction of alpha also. So this is positive. Therefore, alpha we can write 5F by 2 mr. Now, what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but d omega by dt. Therefore, d omega is equal to 5F by 2 mr dt. Now, notice that 5F, 2 mr all are constant. So, therefore, this can be outside the integration. And time is from 0 to t. And initially, the angular velocity was 0. So, 0 to, let's say, some omega, where it gets omega. And that omega is nothing but 5ft by 2 mr. Okay. Now, at this point, it starts pure rolling. We are assuming that. So Vf should be equal to omega r. Therefore, Vf we can write. What would be the Vf? Vf will be 5f by ft by 2m. Okay. So this is the Vf. Let's call it equation 2. Now from 1 and 2, we can put Vf here. So Vf is 5ft by 2m equal to V0 minus f by mt. Okay. Therefore, V0 is 7 by 2 f by mt. Okay. Now, I want to compute Vf. So I can take t from here and put it here. So if I do that, then Vf would be 5 by 2 f by m, and t is nothing but 2 by 7 V0 m by f. This will cancel out. This cancel out. Hence Vf is 5 by 7 V0. Okay, so this is our final velocity. Now let's compute the work done by friction. So work done by friction is what? Let's say delta W is work done by friction. Initial kinetic energy and minus kinetic energy, because potential energy is not changing. What is initial kinetic energy? This is half m v0 square simply, because it's not rotating, hence I omega square will be 0. And what is final kinetic energy? That will be 1 by 2 half v final square, plus it is rotating, so 2 by 5 m. We can write vf square, because I'm just taking omega r equal to vf here. Okay, this will be somewhere around 5 by 14 mv0 square, because if I replace vf with the v0 here that we computed, therefore the delta w will be mv0 square by 2 minus mv0 square by 14, and 5 is here, which is equal to mv0 square by 7. Okay, so as we see, the vf is 5 by 7 v0, and the work done by friction is mv0 square by 7. So the answer is C. So what is the takeaway from this problem? The takeaway is that we should not assume that any rigid body will start rotating immediately if it is placed on the surface, any surface, inclined or horizontal, unless it is specified and sufficient friction is there, then eventually it will get to pure rolling. And we can use the simple kinematics, nf equal to ma and the torque equal to I alpha, to compute everything possible. Now here in this case also, initially the ball was just moving with velocity v0, there was no angular acceleration, and after some time we have the angular acceleration, and we also have different velocity. Of course, the velocity, final velocity, is less than the initial velocity. If you see, it is 5 by 7, and it is because the some energy is lost, maybe in heat, and that energy is mv0 square by 7, which is work done by the friction to get it to pure rolling. Now let's assume that this ball, after attaining pure rolling, it hits a wall which has a coefficient of restitution E, and it bounces back, and then it keeps rotating in the same direction, but it starts moving in opposite direction. Now can you figure out when will it start pure rolling again? This is a very simple problem. Whatever we have used, you can use the same concept and you can figure it out. Send me your comments and send me the answer if you are able to solve that problem, or send me anything else you want me to cover here, because I have a set of problems which will go deeper into this rigid body dynamics, and pure rolling is just one basic simple scenario. There could be many different things that could be covered, and I'm going to cover all those things. The idea is to get you to a level where you can start solving the IIT JEE advanced level problem pretty easily and score really high marks. This area, the rigid body dynamics and the mechanics, should be your strongest area in the physics. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.